Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another fabulous episode of This Is the Show. Today we've got Gabe Shep on from HoshoCon. Fabulous time last week in Vegas. Awesome. As always, we've got our host, Mystical Oaks, Crypto Euclid, myself, Junior Lancaster. If you've never heard the show before, this is the show. Remember that this episode, like all episodes, brought to you by ToTheMoonEvents.io. Don't forget to check us out. December 7th through the 9th, party in Tybee Island, Georgia. We're going to have a blast, nice, fun-filled weekend with all your favorite crypto Twitter personalities. And, of course, we will be sipping on that HODL Fuels, the best damn crypto coffee out there. You know it. Pop it, brew it, sip it. Enjoy, taste the flavor of HODL Fuel.
HODL Fuel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stay on your toes, buddy boy.
Yeah, well, you know.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
A little rusty, a little rough around the edges.
Definitely.
Yeah, a little rough on the edges, on the gills. You know.
Man up, good boy.
I'm trying to, keep it focused. Keep my eye on the prize, so to speak. I think that's important in life, is to not forget what it is that you want. What do you want?
Oh, that
so,
was my fault.
what do you want in life? That's what's important. People, they wake up in the morning and they know they have things to do. They get distracted by all the people that want from them and want to take their focus away. But remember what's important to you. What do you want in life?
Keep going. I'm interested.
You got to have a goal. You can't go blindly through life. If you want to have a mansion on the beach, then see the mountain on the beach, the
Is that
mansion.
your goal?
No, I don't. I would maybe a mansion on the beach, an apartment in Manhattan, a nice place.
I just need to know your goals, because I feel like our goals need to be aligned,
right,
in order to get there together.
When I look to the future, I see myself with my wife and my kids and my friends, and we're all together, and we're all happy, and we're all just living life to the fullest, because that's really what's important. I don't really see the material stuff so much. You're part of my friends.
Family.
Your family. Your family.
Family?
Your
family slash friends.
Full out family.
Yes. And I see us, continuing to make moves in this space. I mean, it's so fast how we're going, how we're doing this thing. I mean, we were just at HoshoCon. We're about to go to World CryptoCon. We're doing things, man. You know what I mean? We're not just sitting around on our asses shit posting. Okay, not that there's anything wrong with that.
You're not?
I used to.
You still do.
Of course I still shit post. That's my that's
better still.
You know what shit posting is? That is my release.
Fun. Yeah,
I don't drink alcohol anymore.
Release. That's a great choice of words.
Yeah. I don't, that's I shit post on Twitter. Twitter's my new drug.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to agree with you. Ever since getting back from Vegas, I am like just jonesing to pick up the phone and open Twitter and just refresh, and there's no new tweets.
Mm-hmm.
Have you experienced this? It's kind of like tumbleweeds out there.
I was just saying that last night. I tweeted something out to the effect of, "Where the fuck is everyone? Is Twitter broken? Is everyone gone? Discords are down. I don't fuck around.
Discords are dead.
I don't really fuck around Telegram that much, so I can't tell you what's going on in Telegram.
The Telegram, I'll tell you that.
But I will say that overall, what? I missed the joke.
What?
It's gone the way of the Telegram.
Oh.
I got you.
How deft are you?
I was on a
daft. Yeah.
I was on a rant, sir. And I just want to say,
have you had your Mountain Dew today?
No, I don't drink Mountain Dew anymore.
He's off
Really?
the dew.
I feel like you're slightly full of complete shit.
No, honestly,
He only does the dew on vacation.
Okay, so real quick, I tweeted out some shit about what's your fucking travel food, and people are DMing me concerned about my eating habits. When I say that my normal travel gas station food is a Mountain Dew, a Slim Jim, and Doritos,
that's
that
so
doesn't mean
bad.
I eat the shit every day,
safe.
guys. That's just
Slim Jim,
Slim Jim
though.
is safe. That's
Have you-
quality USDA grade A beef in there.
But
Beak.
I just want folks to know that I have a wife who loves me and helps me maintain a nice, healthy.
But you're not healthy.
But I need to work on some things.
But you don't eat like shit all the time.
No.
No. Yeah, you eat a lot.
I never fucking drink sweet. I used to drink gallons of sweet tea every day. I only drink water and coffee. I swear to you. That's all I
we
drink
don't have
now.
sodas or juice or anything
No.
like that. It's just-
Nothing.
If we have any kind of juice, it's chia juice.
Yes.
Shout out Mama Chia, even though I make my own, but I still love you because that's
Yeah.
how I found out about chia juice.
Yes. What are you opening right now?
A Slim Jim. He's snapping.
Watermelon Jolly Rancher.
Oh shit.
Sounded like you were snapping
You
into
know
a Slim
it.
Jim.
So listen, guys. Someone said
Yeah. Sugar.
made a good point that sugar is like a drug, and I believe it's true. I
Not
think
like a drug.
it is a drug.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
It acts on the same receptors as like
I feel better already.
yeah, and I can taste.
And I
the
want
candy.
one right now.
Yeah.
The watermelon, the one everyone wants, you know.
Stop it. Stop
So
it.
good. Wild cherries, gross.
Cherry.
First of all,
Oh,
the
yeah?
blue one, terrible, terrible.
You don't like my favorite too, so that's awesome because then I get those. If we get a bag of Jolly Ranchers together, I get all the cherries and all the blues. So this works
All right,
perfect.
quick question.
Okay.
Quick question here. When you're eating chicken wings, do you like the drumstick or the wing?
I like the wing.
Drumstick.
Mm-hmm.
Drumstick.
See, you're a perfect couple.
Yeah.
You're a perfect.
I know.
Yeah,
That's what makes us the perfect couple.
indeed.
Well,
Let's
two
bring on
Leos.
our guest here,
Yeah.
Gabe Chef from HoshoCon. Let's see if him and I are a perfect chicken wing couple.
Okay.
Gabe, are you here?
I'm a wing guy.
Oh,
Oh, damn, man. It's just not going to work out. for us. I'm sorry.
Work out.
Nope. Hell no. Do you,
Hell
do
So
no.
you
much promise after last week. There was
I
so
know.
much
I
promise.
know. Look at that, man. Buffalo Wild Wings did it in for us.
They did it.
Now, do
That
you
was it.
break the bones apart, or are you one of those weirdos that eats it like together and eats the meat out of the middle?
No,
without
that's
breaking
weird.
it?
That's weird.
Well, no. It's all in one. It's like one swift movement.
Oh, do
You
you,
don't
put
have to
like the
break it
whole
apart.
thing in your mouth and pull it out like a like a
Yeah, it will come out completely
Oh
stripped.
my god.
wow. The
Oh,
wing.
man,
impressive.
we're gonna have a chicken wing eating contest.
Yeah,
You and
who's
me.
the what's the
Professional-
fastest technique? Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, it's on now. So, Gabe, what is your typical travel food go-to? Because I'm sure you travel quite a bit, right?
The hardest thing for me is that I try and live my life. Thanks for having me on the show, by the way.
Hey.
Wait, are we
My-
live? Are we live right now?
Yes.
Yes, you know that. Stop it. Let him talk.
we typically I try and live my life on keto, but
Damn.
that's really really hard while you're traveling.
Yeah.
So like if I'm traveling, typically I would say it's probably things like macadamia nuts, beef jerky, certain beef jerky, like no sugar added. Sugar's the devil. Like
Yeah.
that's the worst thing you could be putting in your body. So
Right.
I try and keep it lean, but it's not always the easiest when you travel a lot.
Right. Yeah.
So
Or when you were brought up on sugar.
that's
Like,
right. We were
so
like
bad.
fed sugar like as kids. Okay, so I guess
Kool-Aid,
we're
soda.
We all were.
yeah we're zennials.
We're all Americans here, right?
Right.
Yes,
Sugar
and we grew
is
up
the top of the
on
pyramid.
Kool-Aid, cereal.
Listen, my grandparents actually had a farm, and they would just chop off some sugar cane, and I would just chew on it all day.
Yeah, but I
long.
feel like that's the best way to
All
get
day
sugar.
long.
That's the best way to get sugar is like sugar cane, as opposed to like refined
It's
fucking.
probably still
pure
not great,
cut.
but yeah.
Actually, it is cut, but pure,
Yeah, it was-
pure and cut just once. It's not
I-
stomped on
If you're,
like
if
that
you're gonna
bag
get it,
shit
get
you
it
buy.
from get it from fruits, right? Like
Yes.
if you're gonna get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But if you do like any research on sugar, like the sugar lobby back, I think it was like in the 60s, spent what's the equivalent of multiple billions of dollars basically fighting the fat movement, and that sugar is really the devil. The good fats from like avocados and nuts, those are actually really good for you.
Yeah.
But during this, like in the 60s, the sugar lobby spent a ton of money to not be the devil. And of course, fast forward to now 2018, we know that there's certain fats that are good for you. Sugar is really the thing that's really bad.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's always changing.
I nerd out on that kind of stuff.
It's like milk's good for you, milk's not good for you.
Whole milk, like
milk, no fat milk, soy milk. Soy milk's not good for you. Soy's not good. Soy is good. It's like it changes like every month or so.
That's right. There was a campaign,
kind of like the general consensus on Twitter.
Okay, so there was a campaign put out by the Postum people. It was anti-coffee, and maybe it wasn't Postum, whatever. It was anti-coffee to say like caffeine stunts your growth and coffee stunts kids' growth and things like that. What I'm trying to say is
coffee doesn't stunt your growth.
There are things that is misinformation just to promote other agendas.
That's true.
Does that make sense?
This is common.
Gabe, I wanted to ask you something. You are in this so you're like, how do I say it? Like an events coordinator? Like you were involved in South by Southwest. Is that true, sir?
Who is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, so technically, my role at Hosho, I'm the VP of Global Strategy, and what that basically means is I find out creative ways to get us in front of the people we want to have as partners, who we want to have as customers. I look at markets that we want to go in from a security services perspective, and I figure out how we enter those markets based on the culture, based on the density of companies that we want to interact with, and I come up with ways to basically enter those markets. Mm-hmm. And as a company, we strategize the ways to do that appropriately based on culture, based on where we are in the life cycle of our own products and services. But I do have experience, on the event experience side. I was an employee for South by Southwest. In fact, I was part of South by Southwest V2V, which was the first out of Austin conference experience that happened outside of Austin, and it happened actually here in my backyard in Las Vegas.
Cool.
And
damn,
so
Vegas in your backyard.
You can literally see the light from the Luxor from my backyard.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Damn.
And I've been here 16 years.
Gabe,
so I mean that's as local as it gets.
How do you keep moisturized in such
good
dry
question. Good question.
Yes. Vegas survival tips, please.
Lots of water for sure.
Mm-hmm.
In the summer months, most of people, my friends, we won't even go out until it's 10, 11 o'clock at night in the summer.
Right.
But if you think about it,
when it's
right,
like 98 degrees. Right?
Correct. Your home is air conditioned. The restaurant you're going to is air conditioned. Your car is air conditioned. So like the miserable points are like in between those, right? And it's actually, I'm afraid to tell you guys how great it is to live here, just because we have 2.2 million people in the city of Las Vegas and in the Greater Valley.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I moved here, it was a little bit over 1 million, like 1.1, 1.2. So it's grown rapidly.
Wow, yeah.
And now we're getting like professional sports, and companies are moving here. In the time I've been here, companies like Zappos have moved here. Big tech companies are moving.
Yeah.
And I think it's only going to get fast. There's a lot of advantages, right, to doing business in Nevada. There's no state income tax. 85% of our days are sunny. We're in no major disaster zone, so we're not subject to hurricane, the things that affect other regions of the country. And from a business protection perspective, we are actually more well suited for corporation protections than any other state in the union. Most companies incorporate in Delaware, but you could argue a case that Nevada has better corporation protection laws. The only difference is that Delaware has years and years and years of case law. Nevada doesn't have case law. So people tend to kind of incorporate in Delaware, and then they operate out of another state. But Nevada is very, very business friendly.
Are you trying to talk us into moving there?
No, he's saying he's trying to not talk us into
because
but then he went right into it.
I'm conflicted. We want the economy to grow. We want more people to move here. But on the other side, I'm like, damn, I have like a nice piece of property and like.
Are we?
There is Florida, Florida.
Well-
If you move to the middle of the state, you'll have waterfront property in about 15
No.
years.
No.
That's true. I know. But which side do
And
you
no
like?
stadium tax.
No.
I was gonna say, Gabe, though, is it Las Vegas or just the whole state of Nevada that has the water supply shortage issue?
Definitely, predominantly Southern Nevada.
Right.
So that's Las Vegas, Laughlin. And a lot of that has to do with water rights and laws that were negotiated before Las Vegas was a world-class destination. Most of our water gets shared with California. California absorbs a lot of it. And of course, there's a lot of agriculture that happens in California that's really water intensive, things like almonds. And it takes gallons of water.
And marijuana dispensaries, probably.
So Southern Nevada is definitely like the hardest hit by the water shortage.
Yeah.
I'm counting on a combination of technology and science to solve those problems, and I think hopefully they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely the hardest part is the water shortage here.
Yeah.
Plus, it's built now for like the last 15 years has desert landscaping. Like
Yeah.
There's just it's rocks. Like
Yeah. We noticed that
front
from the plane, like no trees anywhere.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the desert, so.
Yeah. It was weird.
trees
It's
are
odd.
per capita,
burned
we
in
are
the
the most
streets.
water conscious.
Yeah. Oh, really? Because
Per capita, we're easily the most water conscious. Like we are better at efficiency than any other community, but that's out of necessity.
right. I just think of all the pools and all the hotels, like all packed together, and
Right.
I can see it. But
So that lifestyle, I mean, I was just thinking like, wow, this would be cool to like live in Las Vegas
Yeah.
and have access to like, I guess a community, where we're at in Knoxville, Tennessee. There's not a huge crypto scene, and there's not a huge anything actually. It's just sort of like we're in the middle of nowhere, kind of. Although I love Knoxville, absolutely love it. But
Sure.
so I was just thinking, like, man,
it's different. It's completely different.
I just couldn't imagine like that lifestyle though, where it's just constant, I guess, yeah, like Junior said, like parties and things and constant things going on. It's just such a different lifestyle than what we have right now. Is that something like you do a lot? I mean, Gabe, are you?
Yes, probably. I think that's probably a misconception about Vegas when you live here.
Right. Okay.
I think it's easy from 10,000 feet to think that what you guys experienced last week at HoshoCon is kind of our lifestyle.
Right.
But the reality is that locals that live here, we so seldom make it to the Strip. It just doesn't happen that often. In fact, when I do, it's usually when friends like you or other friends are in town, and I'm like showing off the city.
Right.
And so I'll be walking the Strip with visitors in town, and we'll walk the Strip, and even I'm like, holy shit, when did we build that? I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah.
So, but it's like any other community, right? And so I would say that like Las Vegas wasn't, from a crypto perspective or even a tech scene, I mean, that didn't exist 10 years ago. I've been here 16 years ago. It was something we created through a lot of community organizers, a lot of people committed to building a sense of community.
Mm-hmm.
And we're a mid-market at best. I mean, if you look at media markets, we're like number 45 in the country. So we're not big at all. But I think sense that's built, it has nothing to do with size. Community is all about who the organizers are and what their level of commitment is. To me, community is a feeling, right? It can be 10 people, it can be 100 people.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, how do I feel when I'm with those people? To me, that's what community means. And so when you talk about your hometown or where you're living, maybe they're just waiting for somebody like you to build it.
That's a good point. Yeah. Well, it's something that like we were talking to some friends online in like a group DM, and we're joking. Like I'm always joking about, we need to start our own commune or something, like crypto commune, just as a joke.
Right.
But secretly, I do want to do that.
Nice.
But so we were trying to throw out areas. Midwest, Southeast, and all that. And someone threw up Mississippi, obviously that's probably a no.
Yeah.
But the reason the reason I'm talking about this now is there are these little communities in everywhere. And for example, Mississippi has some like writers and things.
Oh, yeah.
Who is some of the writers?
Well, I don't know.
And
There's
artists.
some famous writers, but there's the person who writes Adventure Time is from a little town in Mississippi, and there's a little
and
bunch
so
of
they
writers,
create their own little mini communities. And I think that's true. I mean, maybe we should just start reaching out to
That ties in
local.
with my idea of repurposing malls
Right.
to residential
Look at
fun.
start on Meeting. Like create something on Meetup and see who responds.
Right.
Like when, like the Vegas tech scene, for instance, which, you know, half of now is in crypto, which seems like the natural segue. Like if I looked at my LinkedIn connection, like half the people I've been connected to in traditional startups, like half of them are now in crypto. So the Vegas tech scene really got started by 9 people at a coffee shop who just wanted to co-work.
Right.
And that was back in 2012. It was 9 people met in a coffee shop downtown. Everybody brought their laptops just to show cool projects they were working on. By 2013, at our 1-year anniversary, we had over 150 people at that meetup.
Right.
And so those are, you know, it really just takes somebody organizing that. And obviously I feel like, you know, having met you guys and hung out with you guys a little bit last week, you guys obviously have the capabilities of building that in whatever city you land in.
Right.
You know, but it's really just takes an effort. That's kind of like where I got my start on the like event and experience side. Like we had 150 people that were meeting every week, and out of that spun up all these little groups that were, you know, more niche. Like it was a tech meetup, but eventually there came out like a Ruby on Rails meetup, a Python meetup, a JavaScript meetup,
Right.
and like all these little subgroups started to form out of that that focused on their purpose. And that's how community's built. Like nobody has to be in charge. We don't need a freaking ringleader. Like just bring people together, and naturally, organically, things will spin out of that.
Yeah.
I think
And that's honestly how Vegas got started.
Yeah, you have to create like a beacon or like a light that you can shine that people can you know, see, and then it will they will be attracted to it, and
So
it will
we'll
grow.
put a lighthouse on top of our mall.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's good advice. I think we probably should start some kind of a, you know, something here locally, because
That's kind of what we're doing with our events to the moon.
Yeah, I was
to the
thinking that.
events.io. It's, you know, just bringing people together, you know, about a dozen people for a weekend. No, none of this conference stuff, which is by all means great, but you know, a lot of the stuff happens at a conference afterwards.
Yep.
And that's kind of what we're trying to do, is promote like a hangout where we have creative juices flowing and just having a good time. I mean, that's how this podcast was born, was out of the meetup that Yuki and Goddess did in Knoxville when I met them there. And this whole idea was conceived there, you know, on that weekend.
That's very true. And now because of that, we were at HoshoCon, and now we're going to, you know, now we have a show, and now we are going to World CryptoCon, and next is the world. We're going to take over the world. So I think the thing is, like what Gabe just said, is like, just fucking do it. Just start. Just make a, you know,
For sure.
Take the first step. If you want something and it's not there, you have to build it. And I think that's what we're always doing, is we're always, you know, trying to build and building things. And that's, I like to do that. I like to build stuff.
Well, think about the time. Think about the time we're living in right now, where you guys from regional, different places in the region can get together and create content. You can show up to conferences and build community and build awareness for building. Like, never in the cycle of business have we had it as good as we have it today.
Mm-hmm.
In that you can be from your house creating content, creating a business model, creating a sense of community, creating whatever. Like, you know, like it's so easy with the internet, but I think sometimes we have a tendency to put people that we haven't met on pedestals, you know, people we see out there doing it.
Right.
You know, I think of like thought leaders in the tech space, thought leaders in the crypto space. We have this tendency to put them on a pedestal, like, oh, they've got it all figured out. They know how to do this, this, and this. They really don't. Like, they are just executing.
Yes.
They have an idea, they execute. They're not asking for permission.
Right.
They're not waiting for somebody to come in and quote unquote lead them.
Right.
They're building what they want to build. And I think as soon as people, you know, like you guys are great at it, other people are great at it. It's just, you know, I wish there's so many more entrepreneurial minds that haven't unleashed that or haven't broken free from that fear of what if could happen or what if could go wrong, that they don't execute.
I think what you were, as you were saying that, the word fear popped in my head, and right when it did, you said it. That's what keeps people from doing everything and anything. It's fear. Fear is the killer of things. Fear will keep you from
in the same spot.
Yeah, it will keep you from living, and I've suffered from that
and growing.
Yeah, exactly. And it's something that, and once I was able to quit drinking alcohol, I was able to, and now I'm able to focus on like what my problems are and focus on it. And most I think 99.9% of it is fear, and it's the what ifs and the what if they laugh at me, or what if what if this fails, and what about you can always come up with a million reasons. In fact, I was coming up with a million reasons why Tamara and I could not go to HoshoCon. Well, we have our child with us. Oh, it's out of our budget right now, or what are we going to do this? What are we going to do that? And I stopped myself, and I even told Junior, I was like, Junior, I would love to fucking go, but I don't think we can do it. But then one night I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Of course we can do this, and yeah. What's preventing me from doing it? The only thing that's preventing me from doing it is my own fears. And, we did it, and I just want to say this honestly, that I had the fucking time of my life, and it was a life-changing experience. I'm not even kidding.
That means a lot to me. That means a lot to everybody here that worked. That means a lot to us. I mean, I think when we started this whole thing, you guys know, we're a security company within the blockchain ecosystem. We're not an events company. We just get lucky in that the people on our staff have some experience on the event
right
experience side,
right?
And so for us, it was like, how do we create something memorable? We're not going to be this like mega show with thousands of people like Consensus. We're not going to be an ICO pitch competition like all these other events. How do we create something that's meaningful, is memorable, but is on theme with our ethos as a security company? And it sounds like maybe we checked those boxes for you guys, which makes me really happy.
You did.
Yes, of course
definitely.
You did.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I've been in this like space before. I used to do a lot of shows. My parents used to sell diet products in the beauty business, in the beauty industry, and we would always do these Vegas shows and all over the world, and we would do these conventions and things. And I like what I'm trying to say is I haven't done it in a long time, but I've seen quite a few of these, and this one was amazing, and it was fucking fun, and the whole thing, the amount of speakers that you guys had and all the parties and everything, to me, I didn't see any problems. I didn't see any like fuck ups. I didn't see any and I'm sure that happens behind the scenes, and you guys,
For sure.
I just want to say one word.
What?
Antonopoulos.
Yeah, and a cherry on top. I mean, it went off without a hitch, and yeah, you had Elvis there. You know what I mean? And but anyway, yeah, I just wanted to say, I keep saying this over and over again. It was life-changing for me personally, and I had an absolute blast. And I wish HoshoCon many, many, many years of success. And I know you guys are going to keep killing it, because if that was your first one, that was fucking amazing.
Cannot wait.
Anyway.
Yeah.
With Antonopoulos, it was a pretty easy decision for us, like in terms of who we go and get,
right?
Because for us, like there's tons of conferences that have their own purpose. None of them really served our purpose. In that we went to tons of conferences, and security or the subsequent fallout for a lack of security was never discussed. Mm-hmm. And if it was discussed at these conferences, you were on the backstage in the back of a room where nobody attended these talks. And I'm thinking to myself, how are we going to keep talking about things like mass adoption? How are we going to keep talking about all these things about when the future of crypto is dominant in our everyday lives? How do we keep talking about those things while not acknowledging that those things will never come because we can't get our shit together in our own house with respect to security?
Right.
Every time there's a hack on it, and it doesn't we make money as a security company. We make money when people have hacks. That's how we, if there's a hack on an exchange, they're calling us. If you want your smart contract audited, you're calling us to protect your investors. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that we don't want to contribute to the sophistication and maturation of the crypto ecosystem. We've been in the game since 2010, 2011. Joseph Kwan, our CEO, was the founder of Coinsetter. It was one of the first US-based Bitcoin exchanges, and it was acquired by Kraken. Our second company was LaunchKey, which was a multi-factor authentication platform. It was a cybersecurity company. That got acquired, is now owned by TransUnion. So Hosho is basically our third company, basically blending what we know about crypto and what we know about security. But we know that, until we can stop the hacks, retail investors and the general public from the potential of losing money, like a mass adoption is not going to come, because the media only covers us in the real sense of like potential. The only time they talk about us is when there's hacks.
Right. So I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. So so okay, I'm stuttering here. Hosho is a separate thing. I'm confused. So I thought you guys just did what we went to. You guys are actually like, and I'm sorry for being ignorant here, but you guys are like a security company in the cryptocurrency space.
We pay attention.
Yeah.
Is that
So we are a blockchain security company. That is first and foremost our business. Events, HoshoCon, that is not a money revenue. Far from it.
Right.
It's not a revenue generator for us.
Gotcha.
Hosho is how we make money and how we feed 40 families here.
Got you. So, and that's how do we find that like on Twitter, for example? Is it Hosho? Is that the Hosho group?
Hosho.
Yeah, Hosho group. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Website is hosho.io.
Mm-hmm.
The Twitter handle is Hosho Group. We're working on getting the other ones. But we've been around for about I don't know what month is it? No, we've been around for like 15 months or something like that.
Cool.
All based in Vegas.
Okay.
What we primarily do today is we conduct smart contract audits. So anybody building smart contracts, whether that's a token plus crowd sale, they're building on Ethereum blockchain or any blockchain. I mean, we have the engineering capacity to audit code on any blockchain, but today it's predominantly Ethereum-based smart contracts.
Okay.
We are auditing. Think of us as like an independent third party that is reviewing that code before it's launched into the ecosystem. So it protects your investors and users from vulnerabilities and hacks in the code.
Interesting. Okay. Well,
and we've worked with all, like, if you look at any crypto project, we do full protocols. We also do tokens, but I mean, you can name a lot of projects and we've probably touched them. Everything from Menlo One to VeChain to, I mean, I don't know, we've done close to 200 smart contract audits by this point. And then we do a lot of white hat hacking testing for crypto exchanges. So we are like kind of like their proactive measure to prevent hacks.
Right. So you're testing and you're checking the security for these exchanges and things to make sure that they don't have any vulnerabilities.
Correct.
And they basically hire you guys to do that. And that's what you mean by white hackers. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Oh, cool. Very interesting.
That's exactly it.
See,
so HoshoCon came about because we sponsored a ton of conferences around the world, and we went to a lot of them, but none of them ever really, not none of them, but most of them were more focused on ICO pitch competitions. When's my token going to 10x? Like things that I get that are part of the ecosystem, but things that we aren't necessarily focused on.
So you guys, go ahead. Sorry.
Say rather than wait for a conference organizer to build something like that we basically built the conference that we would want to attend.
Wow.
In this space.
I fucking love that.
And such a short time too.
Yes.
That is awesome.
And
we're going to take a page out of their book.
No shit, man. No shit. I had no clue.
We literally signed the contract for the Hard Rock. I signed the contract for that venue at Consensus. That's how quick.
Wow.
That is so fast.
That's fucking awesome.
Great job, guys.
Yeah.
Great job, guys.
See,
there we go.
But that's what you do. That's how you do things. You see something, you participate in things, and you don't like it. Yeah. So what do? You fucking make it yourself. You build it yourself, and that's what we just witnessed.
Whatever in life.
Yeah,
and
you meet someone, you walk up to them, you put your hand out, and you say, "I'm so and so. I want to meet you."
Mm-hmm.
Well, not like that because that'd be weird. But you go up and
just,
like hi.
Yeah,
that's how I've lived. You want something, go after it. You get it.
Grab the bull by its horns.
Yeah,
put your balls on the table.
That's right. Because
it's a billiards term, people. It's a billiards term.
Okay,
Loser pays. Okay, winner stays.
I was trying to figure out how do I do that, but I got it now. Now that it's a billiards term, I understand.
Put your minds out the gun. So since that's the case. So we'll see you at next HoshoCon, right, Gabe?
Yeah.
Well, what I would tell you today. What I would tell you today is we are still doing the post assessment of where we are. Uh-huh. We're sending out surveys to all attendees where we want to get feedback from the community on how we did. how was registration? What was your experience like? How could we make it better? Like we want to accumulate all that data from our attendees.
Right.
We'll go through this event from top to bottom to see where we obviously have a running list on our end of mistakes that we made that are hopefully unseen to the public. But we want to accumulate all this data, and based on the early feedback, I couldn't see us walking away from an opportunity to do it again in 2019.
Okay.
Yes.
One of the worst kept secrets in crypto is that a majority of these conferences are pay to play.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to sponsor an event, or you want to speak at an event, or you have something worthy of educational value at a conference, and you're actually given a speaking opportunity or a platform, 99% of the time, that's people that have paid for that opportunity. And my argument is that South by works. That's not how a lot of the more sophisticated conferences work. I would love for someday the crypto conference to be like our content was curated. Like did we have sponsors? Absolutely. But a majority of our content was curated so that it was educational.
Right.
And I would love to see the conference circuit mature to the point where all conferences are free.
Right.
Yes.
Free.
Yes.
Yeah.
Completely free. And it allows organizers to curate the best, most educational value at the conference. And sponsors will naturally attract to that event because they're going to want access to the people that are attending it.
Right.
That takes years to get to that place. Obviously, crypto is not that mature yet with respect to the conference circuit. It's certainly something that we want to aim for and that we'd love to get the overall circuit to. Because listen, if 90% of the stuff I'm listening to is people that have paid to be there, I'm not getting the best curated content. I'm getting the people with the most money.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and you're not spreading it out as much as you can. Spread the knowledge to everyone who's interested. Yeah.
That's an interesting. Well,
That's our aim.
I love that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, someone on Twitter just said that today. Like, I would love to go to World CryptoCon, but I don't have like the however thousands of dollars it costs for the ticket, and that it's just a ticket to get in the door. So I could see, that would be an amazing way to just. And this is about education. You know, it's not just about like a party. And get everybody together so they can all hobnob and schmooze each other and and show.
I mean, in fairness to conference organizers, and I know most of them. In fairness, it is very expensive to run a conference. The most common knock I hear is, "Oh, it's so expensive to attend the conference." But there is a significant cost when we're talking about insurance, security, food and beverage.
Right.
Yeah.
It is costly. I'm not disputing that, and I'm not begrudging.
Right.
I'm not floaties for Bozak. I'm not.
He was a good boy.
He was good. You gotta say that Ken was a good boy.
Hey, Bozak he was great. It's funny because I ran into him going into that night at the pool party, and I told him, I'm like, yo, please don't go in the pool, man. I was like, it's a Hard Rock rule. There's nothing I can do.
Right.
Yeah, he appreciated that.
He was really cool about it.
He was very appreciative.
He was pretty bummed, though. He was bummed about it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
He did.
He wasn't that bummed. He had a great time.
No, he had a blast.
Was not bummed for long.
And he did get to chill in the hot tub in the Real World Suite. So come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, I do want to clarify one thing, if that's okay. I am not begrudging conference organizers who charge or like, I get it. I know better than most how expensive they are.
Yeah.
I would just like us to make a concerted effort to make these things more accessible.
Yes.
For everybody. And and you look at some of the best conferences in the world and how they run them. Some of them run them as private events. Look at like Salesforce. Like they invite all their attendees and all their clients and partners, and companies pay for access.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's a point where I could see us getting to, because 5 years from now, like, we're going to be building some of the illest product in the game, and these enterprise companies are going to want access to those developers, access to those products, access to the brains behind them, and maybe that's how we subsidize these events so they become more accessible. I don't have all the answers,
right?
But definitely something I think we can all aim for.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and put my balls on the table and say that I want Tits Podcast to be the official podcast for HoshoCon events.
Yeah.
I like it.
I love it. MCs of HoshoCon.
I want to
We're already so close.
We want to walk the floor, interview people, do live periscopes constantly, have in-depth conversations with people. That's what I want to happen.
Yeah, let's start pumping it tomorrow.
But
man, you're gonna miss out a great party at World CryptoCon, Gabe. And you're gonna be chilling out in Malta, but Malta, Schmalta, whatever.
Who keeps echoing, Junior? Is that
I'm
you?
definitely bummed.
Yeah.
But that's just a crazy weekend in crypto. That week is DevCon, which a lot of developers will be out in Prague, and then World CryptoCon here in Vegas, which we will have people there for sure.
Cool.
And then me and a couple others will be in Malta for Malta Blockchain Summit.
Oh, you're gonna be in Malta. Okay.
What's after Malta?
I think I've got a North American blockchain conference in San Francisco, and then La BitConf in Colombia, which is actually, I think it's in Brazil this year. I don't remember, but it's organized by Rodolfo and Diego from RSK. It's a very cultural / kind of crypto event. It's a really good event. It's one of our favorite events. It happens in the first week in December. So check out La BitConf. We'll be down there. It's a really good show.
Awesome.
Well, that's definitely. So so DevCon is also happening. Is that why they're using the hashtag a blockchain week or something like that? I'm just confused why that is. There's other things happening that week. Okay, I didn't know that.
Big week.
Yeah, different cities. There's all kinds of stuff going on, and that's something else I'd like us to figure out. Right? There's so many conferences.
Spread them out.
Work together to figure out spacing and shake out the bad ones.
Right.
Shake out the cash grabs. Right.
Yeah.
But I know Adam. I know Adam. Well, at World CryptoCon, he's going to do a great event. We're supporters of the event. We'll have an exhibit booth there. I believe our CEO is speaking there. Yosub Kwan, he'll be speaking there. So yeah, we're definitely supporters of what Adam's doing. In general, I'm supportive of anything happening in Las Vegas because for us, that's how our economy's built, right?
Right.
Just through gaming revenues, hotel revenues, those type of things.
Yeah. Support the speaking of that and changing topic just a little bit, but I can't not ask you.
Please.
Okay, your stance on aliens.
Where does this come
Nevada.
from?
How can you not ask them something like that? How can you not completely change from talking about crypto to...
Oh, right, because Nevada, Area 51, is that what we're talking about?
I always throw out some kind of crazy question, so...
I mean, the way my belief is that there is no way that and something else doesn't exist.
Thank you. That's mine too. Yes. There's no way we're alone in this universe.
Way.
Absolutely.
It's funny. So in Vegas, obviously that's a pretty big tourist attraction.
Yeah.
It's like Hoover. It's like the Strip, Hoover Dam, and Area 51.
Right. Is that the order too? You think?
I don't know if that's the order because I think of the Hoover Dam and maybe I take it for granted because I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
But I get it. It was a monumental engineering feat for sure. But I guess living here, I'm like, yeah, it's the dam.
Right. That's the damn dam.
You drive across it.
Yeah.
It's a dam. You drive across it. Cool.
Well,
funny guys, I've been in Vegas. I've been in Vegas for 16 years, and in the quintessential Vegas story, I moved to this town with a busted Honda Accord wagon. This is 2002. A Honda Accord wagon, dollars to my name, and I had prepaid for 3 weeks at a budget suites motel behind the Strip. It was a super shady motel,
right.
And I had prepaid for 3 weeks, and I moved here that was all I had to my name at the time. I was early.
Wow.
I think I was 21, 22.
Damn.
I shit you not. On the first night, I blew all $3,000 on the craps.
Shut up.
Oh wow.
Gabe.
Oh, you play craps. I play craps too.
At what point were you like, I should stop, but then you just kept going?
Yes.
Hey, when it was too late, I literally walked up and down the Strip for 3 weeks trying to find a job, and nobody would hire me. And I had an IT background, and I was completely broke. I had a full tank of gas in my car, and the prepay at the Budget Suites motel was coming to an end.
Oh, no.
And so I was packing my shit. I guess I'm gonna just drive back to LA and go back to my mom's house and tell her that her vagabond son had failed. And on the last night, as I'm packing my shit, thinking I've failed, a guy by the name of Robert Stevenson calls me from a local gaming company, and he says, "Hey man, are you still looking for work?"
Wow.
Of course I am. He says, "When can you start?" And the motel was like right behind his corporate office. And so I looked out the window and I said, I can be there in 15 minutes. And he started laughing. He says, no, come in the next day. So I come in the next day. He gives me an advance on my check. And I've been here 16 years ever since. I built and sold 2 businesses in this town.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
It's just like, those are Vegas stories, right? And,
Yeah.
That's the Vegas. That's the Vegas I want people to know, is that like, if you can get here and you can figure it out, like this town can be really great for you.
Well, it's just like that story you said, like you were literally like, it's your last, you got here, you got to Vegas, you blew all your money. And, I think it's about like not giving up, because it's that last little fucking opportunity or happenstance. Like, what if you left a little early and then you would have went back home feeling like a failure, and you didn't. You stayed, and the opportunity presented itself, and now you are where you are. And I think people need to remember that just because everything looks fucked, everything you everywhere you look, it's just bad, there's always hope, there's always a chance. And don't fucking give up, just keep going, just keep swimming, I think was some advice someone said to me.
That would be from Moby Dick.
From Moby Dick, and
but that would be from Finding Nemo.
From Finding Nemo. Like, what do you do? What do you do when you can't? When you feel like everything is just over? What do? You just keep swimming. Right. Because otherwise, what are you going to do?
Is keep going.
Is fall to the bottom of
the worst that could happen.
Yeah. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like in that moment, I'm like, shit, I'm broke. I have nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
It can't get that much worse. I'm already broke. I already have nowhere to go.
Right.
Why wouldn't I take risks then?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nowhere to go but up,
nothing to lose.
Yeah,
exactly. And sometimes, you know what it takes hitting bottom. That's kind of what happened to me 13 months ago. I had to hit bottom, and then it is. There's nowhere else to go but up. And I don't want to get into that dark place, because I could go down a dark path of like, a lot of
but
things.
You also know the way out if you ever end up there again.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's just the point of all this, is to if it's not done for you, there's something that you want, you build the fucking thing yourself, and just keep going, and just keep doing it. And you know what too, it's the fucking adventure, the journey is part of the fucking thing too. It's not just trying to get to a goal. I can't wait until I have this, or I can't wait till this is built.
Because once you get that, it's
done.
on to the next thing.
This is it. This
moment,
right? These moments right here. This is the gold. This is where the magic is. It's the journey. It's the process, and what I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I think that goes back into living in the now, being present in the moment, and appreciating right the fuck now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, if anyone that, I know you guys have some followers on Twitter, and they probably listen to your show. Like, that would be if they took away anything from what we did at HoshoCon, or what we've done with Hosho in 14, 15 months, or, me, just my time in Vegas, and like going through that, like not having a job, trying to figure shit out, that have had an idea and they want to pursue something, but they're scared of how they're going to make money, or what people think of them, or what their parents will say. Like, none of that shit really matters in the end.
Right.
What matters in the end is, have you done something that makes you happy and fulfilled?
Right.
And if you've got an idea, don't talk about it, be about it.
Right.
Just do it.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. Wow. Well, man, let me tell you, I just want to say thanks for coming on the show. This has been very
Thanks, Gabe.
Educational, inspiring, inspirational, all those things. And we met you at HoshoCon in Vegas, and I think we're going to be friends for life. Because
for sure.
Yes, just all of this, and the whole community that we're meeting is amazing. And you're an example of one of these people that is in this community that is doing things and making moves, and is just a genuinely good person, I think. And
thank you.
Yeah, and I'm glad to have met you. And thanks for coming on the show. And yeah, we gotta.
Yeah, I'm sad that you're not going to be.
Honestly, I appreciate all the love you guys showed us leading up to HoshoCon. I appreciate all the love you showed to us while you were there. It makes me feel good that I know that we delivered on your expectations and that you were treated well.
Definitely.
This is a service town. We built, Vegas is built on customer service, and it's nice to know that in some measure we lived up to the city's reputation there.
Hell yeah, you did.
Absolutely. So you exceeded.
I would say for sure. I mean, my background was in hospitality. I worked in hospitality for like 20 years, and I would say that I was blown away.
Yes.
You exceeded my expectations.
Definitely.
And I'm sad that you're not going to be at World CryptoCon.
Yeah, we were hoping we could hang out with you again.
Boo, Gabe.
Well, don't make him feel
Boo with
bad.
love, though.
No, don't make him feel bad. He's doing other stuff.
I can't give you too much. I gotta like tease it out a little bit.
Right. Yeah, we don't
get oversaturated with me.
All right.
I don't think that's possible, but yeah, we get it.
Well, Junior, do you want to? You can hear the music, right? You know what the music means.
Yeah. What I've always got my own music.
Wait.
playing in my ears, you know?
Cut the music.
Cut the music.
Cut the music.
What?
I have spent my time coming up with a brand new game.
Oh, fuck.
And you're just gonna go straight to
shit.
leaving it out.
Okay.
And you don't even know
When you
about
said
this.
cut the
Junior.
music,
Yeah.
the track I was listening to also ended at the same
Did
time.
it?
Weird.
It freaked me out.
Okay, so we're gonna play a game
Okay.
with Gabe.
All right. Which one to do though? Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So I usually have a truth or bullshit game, but we're not going to do that today. We're going to try something completely new. It's still going to be the 30-second timer, but I'm going to have you name like 5 things in the 30 seconds in the category kind of thing that I give you. So I'm trying to decide if I should give you something easy or medium.
First time though, so
Yeah. Okay.
a little on the easier side.
A little easier. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. All right.
Make sure he looked good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Gabe, I'm going to start the timer. And
we'll let you know when we start.
Yeah. I'm just going to read the
Still
question.
with us, right, Gabe?
He's here.
Yeah, but I'm just naming
I'm going to tell you.
things that are.
She's gonna tell you in a
I'm going
second.
to tell you. And
We
when
have no clue what's about to happen. So
Yeah, well, Yuki
We're
does.
surprised to
Yuki
see you.
does. But, okay, so I'm gonna have Yuki. I'm gonna make a statement. Have Yuki start the timer, and then you just do what I tell you. Okay, are you ready? All right, 5 states that begin with the letter M.
Go.
In
30 seconds.
Okay.
M?
M.
Maine, M as in Mary.
Yes.
Maine, Mississippi, Massachusetts, Montana.
Mm-hmm. Was that 5?
was that 4?
4.
That's one more.
One more.
Is that 5 or the 4, wasn't it?
Maine, Mississippi, Massachusetts, Montana.
Bam.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
time's
fine.
up. That was 4.
He got it. He said Missouri at the end.
Oh,
Missouri.
Missouri.
Okay.
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay.
I mean, I couldn't
Now name all the baseball teams
probably.
in those states.
Yeah. All right. So what? Now you're gonna ask Junior something, and then me. How are you gonna do this, Tamara?
Well, he won.
Oh, he won it.
He won.
Okay. Good
Yeah.
job.
But I could
I
do
know
you
them
guys.
all. I think I know them all in alphabetical order.
Oh,
Right.
cool. See, if you asked me that, there's no fucking
I know.
way. I don't
See,
know the
that's
states.
what I was trying to gauge. I was like,
All right,
Texas.
Tamara, ask me one.
okay,
Do one for
You-
me.
and then I'll do Junior just for
Okay.
fun. So wait. Okay, I've got to do one that I
Do
haven't.
me
Okay.
last. Do me last.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes. Tell me to turn the timer.
5 animals that start with the letter L.
Lizard? Is that an animal?
Yes, go.
Lion? Llama?
Yes.
Llama?
Yeah. That's 3.
Lizard, lion, llama.
That's 3.
Leopard.
Yes.
This is easy. I got one more.
Yeah.
Lizard, lion, llama,
Don't
leopard.
look at anything.
I'm looking at my notes
Okay.
here. I mean, I'm writing them down. And
Yeah.
fuck.
You're out of time. Lemur.
Lamb?
Lamb.
Lemurs.
God
Yeah.
damn it. So I got 4. Okay, fine.
That was good. That was good,
pretty
though.
good.
Okay, hold on. Let me pick another one for. Okay.
So far,
All right.
Gabe is
5 states
ahead.
that start with M.
You want that too?
Massachusetts, Missouri. All right,
Okay.
tell me when to go.
All right. Lancaster. Are you ready?
I
5.
guess so.
5 Beatles songs.
Go.
Oh,
Lord.
fuck. The Yellow Submarine.
Uh-huh.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Strawberry Fields.
What? That's not. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought they were all L's.
Don't mess.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Strawberry Fields.
Fuck.
Two more.
God damn it.
Two more. Come on, man.
So close.
You say
Come
it's
on.
your birthday.
No, don't give him a hint.
You gotta go. All right, you're out.
Time yesterday.
Yeah.
Birthday.
But
back
isn't
in the
that John
USSR.
Lennon? That's not the Beatles.
No.
That's yesterday's John Lennon.
Oh, shut up.
And I love her. Don't let me down.
Yes.
I guess, yeah.
Sorry, I just like the ones that have to do with tripping.
Okay, so you got 3. I got 4. Gabe got 5. He is the winner.
He's the winner.
Gabe's
Yay,
the winner. Who's the big winner?
Yay.
Gabe.
And as being the winner of this this game on the Tits podcast, you win a date with me, sir.
Oh, God.
I am about that life.
We are gonna. It's an all expense paid trip to Olive Garden. You are allowed to have the soup, salad, and breadsticks menu.
And then the check.
Those are unlimited, though. Those are unlimited.
Exactly, sir. We spare no
Exactly.
expense here at Tits Podcast. That's right. You have won an all-expense paid trip to Olive Garden date with Yuki. We will mail you. We'll mail you a.
Don't threaten me with a good time. I told you I will fly my ass to Knoxville.
Oh, do
Some
it.
breadsticks.
You need to come to the event. It's one of our events sometime and hang out with us for a couple nights. And
We're having one
be down.
in
Yeah.
December.
Yeah,
in
we're doing
Savannah,
one in
so.
Savannah, Georgia in December. We're going to do one in New Orleans sometime like in the Mardi Gras time of year. And then there'll be plenty more. So we would love to hang out with you, you know.
And if you're ever in Knoxville,
Yeah,
Olive
if you're
Garden.
ever in the Knoxville area, obviously DM us and we will love to hang out with you and do downtown Knoxville sometime. Well, guys, I think we did a pretty good episode here with Gabe.
You can do the music if you
I
want.
want to do the
It was
music now.
great.
Okay.
Yes.
I loved it. Thank you, Gabe,
Yes.
for
Thanks
everything.
for coming on, Gabe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, I appreciate all the love you guys showed us. It really means a lot to us. Let me know if I can ever do anything for you guys.
Likewise.
Thank you so much, Gabe.
Same.
Junior, do that thing you do at the end there with the music.
So this is where I like to thank everyone for listening every day, or rather every time we have an episode, or after we record it and then post it on some site like YouTube or something like that, or maybe Periscope. And thanks, Gabe, for all of your hospitality and generous love that you spread all over Tits Podcast last week. We were in Vegas. You just, love having you come on Tits this time.
Wow.
And we hope that you can do this again. And we would love to see you all again at the next HoshoCon. We all had a blast, and just thank you on behalf of all of us that attended and had a great time. Thank you to our sponsors, to the MinEvents.io, and of course HODL Fuel. We sipping on that when we're at World CryptoCon, chilling with the Tits Podcast Penthouse Party.
Yay.
Yuki?
Yay.
What? Oh, yes, this is my part. So this is the part of the show where I ask everyone to say goodbye, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, Gabe.
Bye, Gabe. Thank you.
Peace. 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 Love.
Peace.